In Little India, there's an eclectic mix of food, places and activities which adds to its vibrancy. So is Singapore vibrant? What is vibrancy to you? We find out from the experts and the man on the streets. Is Singapore vibrant? What other places are vibrant in Singapore?
Maybe Little India, maybe Orchard Road, but I heard also in Beach Road also. Normally they do shopping, then they get together and then they have a chit-chat. They meet their friends and all those things. There's activity going on, you see. Yeah.
So to you, it's people that makes a place vibrant?
Yeah, of course. When we say vibrant, means everybody seems to be busy. That's why we call vibrant. If you go not busy, then it's not vibrant. You're just sleeping, sitting down, doing nothing.
Singapore, not much place to go. It's just Clarke Quay where you can go at night, but other than that, there's nowhere else like that really.
A vibrant place in Singapore for me would be probably Orchard Road, because there are a lot of people there. I think it's a center of Singapore, center of commerce, of business, shopping, and I think leisure as well. So when I think of something vibrant, Orchard Road comes to mind. When you say vibrant, it shouldn't be just generic. It has to be a mixture of many things.
I do feel Singapore vibrant, especially areas like Little India and Chinatown and the Arab part of the colonial part are interesting, but that needs something. I mean, along the river, there's lots of restaurants, and I like all these hawker places. I've just been to Karma, and had a mango lassi. I thought that was nice.
What would you consider as vibrant? What is your definition of being vibrant?
I like chaotic order. I like life, and I like fancy restaurants, and I like atmosphere. And some parts of Singapore lack that a bit. It's too sterile.
And this is exactly what retired architect and urban tourist Mr. William Lim suggested in a recent Straits Times article. He thinks there should be more chaotic order in order to bring greater vibrancy to Singapore. Although the clean slate approach here may have drained Singapore's streets of certain colourful aspects, he clarified that cleanliness, efficiency and vibrancy are not mutually exclusive.
Not to confuse and say, we rather have cleanliness than vibrancy. We already achieved very successfully the clean, efficient city. But where is the vibrancy? This is what I'm talking about.
Yes. So where is the vibrancy, and what is vibrancy to you?
Unfortunately, vibrancy has to be a place that people can enjoy. Average person, the community, as well as foreigners, must be able to enjoy the space. Can walk in that place and find they like it. They don't need to buy anything. It's not. Once you have a commodification of the place, but for example, in Orchard Road or some of the eatery areas, you find that you really need some money to enjoy yourself, right? To enjoy those places. Then you are in fact an exclusion of majority of the population who cannot or not prepared or unable to find the money to enjoy the place. So that's why I put example Little India. Singapore is vibrant. Vibrant for whom? Question: vibrant for whom? Is it vibrant for the community, or vibrant for the expatriate, the community and the foreign talent and the middle income Singapore? So it's very important to understand vibrancy is truly vibrant in the city if you reach Man the Street. There are pockets of places. The pocket of places got to be nursed and encouraged. Once you see, these places start first, and then quite often they start first, and legislation come afterwards. There is this incredible vibrancy happening. Let's modify the legislation and see how we can further enrich that. This is the point. Vibrancy happens, and nobody quite know why certain places. And then it's up to the authority got to understand this vibrancy is generated from the base up, whether artist community or grassroots. And then you decide, yes, that's fantastic. I must look at how we can rezone that to allow this to happen, how to allow traffic to move, how to get the buses to get there, so that people can get there at night and so on. So it's a response to the energy generated by the community, and not artificially.
One case in point is the Tiong Bahru Bird Arena, where bird lovers used to congregate and chit-chat at a coffee shop. But it was closed for redevelopment. In its place now stands a boutique hotel and a Japanese restaurant. There was a bird singing competition recently to try to revive the corner, but the results was less than enthusiastic.
There's a bird singing place. Remember last time? So maybe those are the places where the government should consider subsidizing the rental, and not say, look at the list, art housing A, B, C, D, E, you apply and then I give you this and before you perform. Yeah, that's one way. That's a top-down way. I'm not discussing the top-down way cannot work, but it cannot work alone. So the ability to spot this, there are lots of people. I mentioned Muhammad Sultan. Now every country, every city, every place, you have different mode of center, sub-center, new area where this vibrancy takes place. But you got to catch it. See, got to be sensitive to it. And somebody got to be sensitive to it. So the point is that where are the areas of memories? Everywhere. But somebody got to identify and pay and respect and get the feedback from the grassroots that this is the memory, right? It can be old market. You don't need to keep on reconstructing the market. It can be old market. So it can be anything. So what we need in any place of vibrancy is so many places. When the question is, who is going to be the people who spot this opportunity? How is it going to be spotted? I don't think you can do it from the top down. And you've got to involve the art community, not only the theorists, people like myself, who just talk on broad principle, but also people on the ground, the grassroots. Things like this that people got sensitive to collective memories. Not everybody enjoy the same memory, right? Younger people have a different experience, but they also want to remember more what has happened. The city is only alive if it is full of memories. But there is no respect for collective memory, and that's very important. And I think this is part of this vibrancy thing. The vibrancy is somehow or the other, people feel this is, when you say politicians like to say people should make Singapore identify as their home, or what is home? If you cannot remember the school you go to, the library you visited, the coffee shop you went to, everything has been erased, right? So where is the memory? Right? So there is not one solution, there is a understanding, consciousness by the politician, by the authority, by the community, that sort of thing, that we just got to preserve things which we consider worthwhile. Right?
Mr. Lim points out that recession may actually present some opportunities to relook and revive the vibrancy quotient of some places in Singapore.
So this may be, in fact, a very good time for the community, for the politician, for the policymakers to re-examine one more time. If you want our country to be vibrant, if you want Singaporeans to consider Singapore as a home, then you've got to do something more than just everything become a commodification for money.
And one estate that has garnered much community involvement is Tiong Bahru Estate, with its quaint alley and art decor buildings. Residents have banded together to have a say in how their community is run. Next, we bring you on a walking tour of the estate and a rare chance to meet up with one of its more unique residents.